Billy.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in to another edition of Golf Talk Radio. It is December 1. Welcome to December, everybody. It is a beautiful day here in the central coast of California, wherever you are. Hope it's awesome. My name is Billy Gibbs. The guy right across me running the helm is Mr. Mike Brabenec. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good. Good morning, Mr. Gibbs.
Got some special guests and some sponsors in the studio. Back with us today, the amazing Nikki Anderson and Dave Shamandel are with us in studio. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome.
Exciting show, man. It's only December 1, and I'm already buzzed about the Masters. I mean, who thinks about the Masters? Not even the next year yet, Mike. And here we are, the Masters, right?
I know. It's coming up fast.
I have been thinking about it almost since the day it ended last year, especially 2 years ago when we left the property. I've been thinking about going back ever since. So we're going to, obviously, I'm going back again this year. I would have gone last year, some ailments and some recovery time, and certain situations kept me away from it, but it's not going to keep me away this year. The Patrons Caddy with Chris Rigsby is going to be calling us today. He's the gentleman that ran the best program I've ever seen, packages I've ever seen through the Masters. With three of us in the building, we're there 2 years ago, and going back, and he's going to call us today. So we're going to be talking about the Masters. The reason I'm doing it so early, some guy named Tiger's back in the field, and things are filling up fast. These spots are going to go very quick for a premium
Really
price.
fast.
But we're trying to find a few more from Golf Talk Radio listeners that want to join us. We're trying to get a package of 8 of us, and we'll tell you all about it. It is the most amazing first class, almost royal treatment type of trip. It's not your cookie cutter where there's a lot of packages out there that you put you in hotels and then you kind of have to find your own foods. And these people put you in really nice homes, get your own room, and feed you. I mean, nice dinners, country dinner. How great were those meals? Plus, they do a lot of other things other companies don't do, and we'll talk to Chris about that and what separates them from almost anybody else. Especially if you look at all the different testimonials, these guys are the best of the best. And why not? We deserve the best of the best, don't we, Mike?
That is true.
We're also going to be talking about rules, man. January 1's only a month away, and there's some new rules in golf, and quite a few of them. I believe the main theme for the USGA and R&A was how to make the game more enjoyable and how to make it a little more simplified and speed up play, I believe, was their intentions. And so a lot of these rules reflect that. And we've got some experts. Nikki is the rules chairman, rules president, rules queen, and rules foreperson and president of rules committees at many of her clubs. So she's been studying rules. She was out all month just studying rules, I believe, and you went to four rule seminars.
That's how committed she is.
She really
Wow.
is.
Very super.
And she is Golf Talk Radio's rules expert as well. So we're going to be talking about the new rules. Dave Shamandel has to be on top of the rules. Golf professional, teaching golf, all these students, all those new equipment. And they got to know what kind of equipment, what happens if it breaks during the round. There's some changes. I hope Dave studied because there's some changes. If your equipment gets busted during the round, what you can do. Plus, he's pro. He needs to know his rules.
I haven't seen that one.
It's in the sheets, man. It's in the sheets.
I'll have to check it out.
It's in the packet we sent you, Dave.
Yeah, you got the packet.
Remember?
I sent that with your invite and up to your Tascadero address.
That's why I'm sitting in the corner, Mike.
Tascadero address.
So, that being said,
Awesome.
that's what's happening. Also, we're going to just get our opinions on a few things and reminisce a little bit about it. And welcome Nikki back for feeling better.
Thank
so, Mike,
you.
how have you been, buddy? You got a lot going on.
I'm good.
I saw your wonderful written testimonial to you about your yellow sweater.
Yeah.
Well written.
Thank you.
Very cool. And I also saw Scott Sickage replied to it. Did you see that?
Yeah. That was awesome.
Very, very cool.
It's cool, huh?
You talked about it last week on the show and kind of shared the story, but you wrote it eloquently.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had to find the moment where
I'm sure
I
Dave
could
saw that
actually-
too, right? Dave, did you read that as well?
No.
I had to find the moment where I could sit down
I'm in
and
trouble.
Yeah.
think.
It was very cool, man.
Yeah.
It's a touching story in full circle, and it's a nice sweater. I used to own one like that.
Did you?
Yeah, the old cardigan, yellow cardigan,
I know.
man.
It's
I used to
beautiful,
have
isn't it?
one, almost exactly
Yeah.
like that. So, how is Dad?
He's good.
All right, man.
He's good, man. He's got everything kind of situated down here, and I think he's decided he wants to stay in the area. So good for him. And
The immediate area, such as like inside your walls.
no,
Okay, so somewhere close.
no, he wants his own place.
Very cool.
You know, and that's cool. That's all good.
Yeah.
So, but I will tell you, man, I'm finding out. I feel like I'm back in college, looking at rents and all that stuff. It's like, oh,
Things have changed a little bit.
God, I thought it was expensive when I went to school. Man,
Well,
Crazy.
it is nuts.
good things happen to good people, and I know you'll figure it all out. And your dad's down here because of the tragedy up in excuse me, I'm choking here.
Paradise.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Up in
okay.
Paradise. And just horrible. The more I've been, there's still a bunch of people missing. It's just an awful, awful tragedy what's happened up there.
Yeah.
And your dad was fortunate enough to just get out literally. I mean, he just made it out and with his car and just what he was wearing. And so the story, he was close to this horrific stuff. And so he's, you count your blessings, right? I mean, I bet you are right now. Counting your
We
blessings.
watched a video last night on YouTube from a family that was trying to get out, and my dad left because they had the timing on it. They had the watch. My dad left actually 28 minutes before they did, and it was bedlam. It was just traffic jam. Started out like light gray sky. Within 20 minutes, they're driving
Pitch
in what
black.
looks like it's midnight
Yeah.
with fire just everywhere.
So the videos are,
And
are
it's
unreal.
intense.
Well,
It's absolutely
I
intense.
bring it up.
And you said that he had a car and somebody had him, and nobody really cared.
No.
It was just let's
Oh,
get out of
it's
here.
you're driving for your life.
Yeah.
You're literally.
And that's what people were doing. They were traffic jammed, and you see them turning around, and they're trying to go alternate routes, and
It's
alternate routes are
one
jammed,
lane.
and it's just, it's
Yeah.
just,
That's gotta have been so
hard to
scary.
imagine.
right there off the road. The house is on fire, the tree's on fire, the telephone pole's on fire, down power line. I mean, it's just,
it's pretty sad.
it's like a game. It looks like a really bad
A
game.
bad game.
Yeah.
Well, it was no game, and it makes you think, and that's what's bringing up our next topic. It makes you think and appreciate your loved ones and the people around you and your family. And just a few days ago, the Golf Talk Radio lost one of its family. It lost one of our good friends, Eric Palmatier. If you listen to the show for a lot of years, he was on us from almost the beginning. And was in many years, and then he was instrumental in our 3 episodes of Golf Talk Television, where not only did he act in it, but he helped write it and produce it, and it's what an amazing sense of humor. I've never known anybody so kind and so funny, and he was killed in a crash just a few days ago, and it just makes you think, buddy. And I'm still kind of shocked by it because I heard about the accident, but it didn't release names. Right? We hear that a lot here first, and then all of a sudden. I think you texted me and told me
And
the
I
name.
found out from my wife. She saw the article
and
in I think it must have been the Online Tribune or something like that.
And then,
Happened early Sunday morning, single car crash, just went down an embankment, rolled, hit a fence.
and
that
it's
was
just, it goes,
So-
things happen so quickly. And him and I butted heads a lot because we were both looking for the joke, the punchline,
Yeah.
And so it was so fun working with him because I've never known anybody. He had an amazing wit, a little different, a little twisted wit, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he was a kind, warm man, loving man, but he was just a little, kind of like Tim Lane, which we lost too, had a really weird wit.
Yeah.
So it was fun working with him, and he was just funny, and I'm going to miss him, and I don't know the services yet, but I think you have a soundbite from him. Is that true?
We do, and Hop, when you're ready, you can go ahead and cue that up. This is Eric's top 5. This is from 2008, December 2008.
Is it one that we can listen to? I remember some of them we didn't know.
Yeah, I listened to it.
What you got for us?
So this week I have the par 5 activities Billy Gibbs did while away from the show last week.
Nice.
I can't wait to hear.
All right, number 5. He took pictures of John Daly.
Oh,
Whoa, that's loud.
did you take pictures of John Daly?
I'd rather not talk about it.
How'd that turn out?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
All right, number 4. He interviewed Steve Williams to get his opinion on Phil Mickelson.
It was me. I remember that interview.
Number 3. He starred in Bad Santa 2.
Oh, that was on TV last night.
Bad Santa was on TV.
Yeah.
Man, that must have been a cut-up version.
I saw 1 minute of it.
Number 2. He served as matchmaker for Drew Peterson.
Oh,
Who's Drew Peterson?
yeah. Who's Drew Peterson, man?
He's the police officer whose many
Yeah.
wives have come up missing.
Oh, gee.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez,
Whiz.
man. Yeah, we have to start asking, dude. You're
man,
you're
no
never
reason
going to
when you
fill
gotta
this
start
chair if you start firing off names no one's heard of. That was a lot of years
All
ago.
right.
2008.
And the number 1 activity Billy Gibbs did while away from the show last week, he threw a golf shoe at George Bush.
Yes.
It was,
By the way.
it was an Adidas
It was a
Streamline
Did you see?
Rubber spiked shoes.
Did you see on the front page of the local page of the Tribune today? There's a big whoop-de-doo going on about Santa Margarita Ranch and the proposals going on up there for development, and the people who are opposed to it, most people from Santa Margarita in this area, they placed their shoes at the front of the
County supervisor.
County of Supervisors. There's a pile of shoes
So
next
that's
to the
it's
desk.
all symbolic now.
It has caught on
It's
like
on.
wildfire,
That thing's
man.
going to be huge.
Margaret says she got your murderer guy, whatever it is.
Yeah,
She's got
do
it.
it.
Well, good job, Eric. And you
All right.
have a very happy holiday, man.
I will.
I'll keep you posted when I'm not in town, all right?
All right,
I'll send you my schedule.
Absolutely. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, buddy.
See ya.
Bye now.
Wow, you know that Drew Peterson was found guilty of killing his wife and baby.
You know, I worked
And
with him.
Yes, it did. That's right. And
At Avila
didn't Rich live with him for a while, or somebody?
Possibly,
stayed in
yeah.
the same house with him. He ran a
Wow.
little bar in Slow,
Yeah.
a little restaurant. Him and Lacey
Yeah.
was in. So that was before all that
Odd.
came out. It was, I bet, man.
Very odd.
And that was came out
Yeah, that was
before
even before all that
all
stuff.
the
It
natural was
odd.
before he
Crazy.
was arrested and everything. So
Yeah, there's a part before that, before we introduced and he started his top 5. But there's a part where it's really funny. You and he were bantering back and forth, and you were telling Eric like, "Hey man, if you want my seat, you're gonna have to work for it." So during
he wanted
the,
he wanted to seat, man. He-
yeah, so during that top 5, you guys, that's why you guys are going back and forth, and you kept saying, "I don't know, man, you're gonna have to work harder for that seat."
He would come up with things that were really almost we couldn't run them, but we didn't
No.
know they were coming.
No,
Right, so it was one of those you don't know, and then finally we had to have the talk. You can't say something that you can't say. You know what I
Right.
mean? So we had to because he didn't know what the limits were, and some were but a lot of them are hilarious. He did those top 5 every week for years.
yes. For years is right.
Yeah.
You know, and the funny thing was I had people that were emailing me during the week. They're like, "You're going to play some of his top 5s, right?" And I said, "Man, I don't know if I can. Everything's on cassette."
Yeah, it was back on cassettes.
It was cassette, and it was CDs, and like the way that the CDs are burned, they're the whole hour and 31 minutes of our show.
So yeah,
So to splice it out of the CD is like almost virtually impossible. So I was able to download this from our podcast page. And then Hop helped us out and played that.
It
segment.
would if we could have tributed, we would have. There's
Right.
no question it would have been easy because it's technology changes so fast.
Yeah.
But I wish he was sitting in this seat right now. I'd give it to him right this second if I could. So,
Oh,
but he came in many times, and he was always at the live when we did our live remotes.
Yeah.
and he was always around the live remotes, and gonna miss the guy. I mean, and a lot. And I'm sorry I picked on him as much as I did, but I pick on you guys, so I'll miss you all too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you all too.
You're going to miss me,
a
Billy.
lot, a whole lot, because I pick on you most of all.
You do.
You're like the scarecrow, but I love you most of all. I'm gonna miss you most of all.
that is awesome.
But anyways, when there's a service, I'm sure we're going to go, right, partner?
Yeah.
And I don't know it, but I've talked with a few of his family members, and they are just how you would assume they are. And there's some nice. You put some nice words, and we did on Facebook, and some people have replied quite nicely from that. His sister said something, and I guess his boy in Bakersfield is torn up, but we'll know more when we know more, and we'll discuss it. But rest in peace, my friend.
Yeah, definitely, Eric. We'll miss you, bud. You're the best. And with that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Chris Rigby from thepatronscaddy.com. Don't forget Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy, brought to you by TaylorMade Golf. Check out the latest from TaylorMade Golf at TaylorMadeGolf.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us.